Okay, this is the door to the rabbit colony. The building behind there is our old rabbitry. I used to have cage runs hung up there. And then I got out of rabbits for a while, and when I wanted to get back in, I wanted to do colony style, so I figured I'd incorporate this building. To the right is our barn, and that's one side of the rabbitry. And then over here, you can see it goes back a little. And then, don't mind all the junk here, I'm trying to get it all cleaned out. It goes across. We've got this big maple tree here that gives them some shade and shelter. And it goes over to there. And from there it goes back to the wooden fence. And then all the way back across there to in front of the barn. So, I'll take you in and show you around. Eventually, I'm going to prime this building and paint the building itself red to match the barn, and the door will be white. There's some of my bunnies. Inside the rabbitry, I have 2x4, just regular welded wire fencing all the way around. Up the bottom, I have attached some fencing I had for cages, so that the little babies can't get through. And then along the ground, I have these patio stones that I picked up several years ago off of Craigslist, and they line the fence so that they can't dig out, and they don't dig out. It's one of the mamas, relaxing, baby relaxing. This is my hay rack. I need to go get more hay. That's my watering station. Inside of it is a 5-gallon bottle sitting inside a bucket, and the bucket has a hole drilled in the side of it, and the bucket fills the water bottle fills the bucket up to the hole, and then the water comes out the hole and fills this tray, and when it reaches the level of the hole, everything stops. So as the rabbits drink, the bucket drains out, or the bottle drains into the bucket, which drains into the tray. And then I put 4x4 blocks around it so that the little babies can get up there. So going this way, I have some chicken wire here. Just wanted to use up what I had. And I'm working on putting up a fishing line kind of net across the top to keep the birds of prey out, because we have hawks and owls around here, and so far this stuff is not cooperating, so I'm rethinking this. So again, we go back over here, and then right here we have the dirt mound. This dirt was mounded up here way before we bought the place, and it just sat here for a long time, growing all sorts of trees and such, and weeds. And what the rabbits do is they build their dens in there. It's wonderful. Here's our neighbor's fence, and then I put some 4x4s along here just to keep them from digging, but they don't. There's a baby bunny. Hi, baby bunny. So this used to be all weeds. The rabbits have pretty much taken care of all the weeds, as you can see. And then we come around here, and this is a little section behind the barn that's also incorporated in the rabbitry. And this area here, underneath here, is where my very first litter of babies was born, under that big rock. Now I've got somebody built a hole down in there, and somebody built a hole over there. That's the one I had to dig out because the mom got an abscess, so I had to get the babies out, bring them in the house. So she nurses them in the house now. But I mean, that hole goes over to the right, probably about another 2 to 3 feet. It's quite an impressive hole. And then we just have some junk piled up over here that I need to finish cleaning out. You can see where all the rabbits build their little, I call them their little cooling spots. They dig down into the dirt where it's much cooler and lay in there. It's an old cage that I gotta get rid of. More bunnies. Hi, bunnies! These are some of the new babies that are just coming out of the nests. Hello, bunny, bunny, bunny. How are you? What do I got? I got nothing. Haha. Usually when I come in here, I'll always bring some type of food for them. So they get used to the fact that I always have food for them, and they always come running when I call them. So when it's time to butcher, it shouldn't be a problem getting hold of everybody. And over there, there's the mound. And you can see I've got some baskets with, I think these are either zucchinis or cucumbers. I think it's zucchinis. And what I wanted them to do is have the leaves come down a lot. But I think I started them too late in the year. I bought them from a store and just started them in the baskets. And I think the baskets don't give them enough room to grow. So my thoughts for next year, next spring, is right on the outside of the fence is to put in some planters and then put in vining vegetables like peas and green beans and zucchini and squash and pumpkin and all that stuff, and let them grow up the cut it out. Let them grow up the what is that stuff? Fencing, so that the rabbits can nibble on the leaves, and then when the vegetables are big enough, we'll share them with the rabbits. It's either that or I'm going to put up, between these cross braces, put up planters, bigger planters, so that they can, the vegetables will do better there. So it's a work in progress, but we're getting there. Lots of little babies already. Last count I had 14. I lost one the other day. I think I have either a raccoon or a possum coming in here, so I've got to see if I can borrow somebody's larger trap, because my trap isn't big enough, and put it out for them. See if I can catch the little bugger before they eat anybody else. I got some hay, or some alfalfa pellets, which they don't really seem to care for. They eat them, but not as well as I would like. They like the straw. I gotta go get, or the alfalfa hay. I gotta go get some more. And then they also get oats and sunflower seeds. And mainly what they do is just lay around, nibble on grass. Oh, and I also go out into our field and collect all sorts of weeds and stuff and bring them in here for them. And eventually what I'm going to do is you can see here, I mow the lawn, then I go back and sweep it, and I bring it in here, and they eat what they like, and then, they're not really big on the grass. Grass is like the last thing they'll eat. So eventually I'm going to spread it out as I bring it in here and lay it down for them. I'll spread it out, and what'll happen is the poop and the grass will combine to make a nice compost. And then I can come in here and rake it all up, get it cleaned out real good, and put it in my garden so I have some nice compost and start all over. And that's a cicada up where somewhere up in the tree. Baby's eating leaves. So that's my colony.